friends? I figured it is Saturday. I'm going to try, as long as my phone don't shut off, to show you what's going on in the garden and what I have planted for fall. I can say this, I did all my fall planting August the 1st, so let's see if we can do this without this phone shutting down. This is where the celery was. I did move a dollar store stackable there. This is either Thai basil or lemon basil. I have a garlic chive back there. I don't know if you can see that. Might not be the best spot. Over here, I have collards, purple kohlrabi, some mammoth rock cabbage. This is red acre cabbage. But if you can see, some of it keeps getting chewed. Every time I blink, it keeps getting chewed. This time I'm not pulling it out. I'm just letting it go. Those look pretty good. All different colors, Swiss chard, from the Ford hook to the yellow to the ruby red to the rainbow. That's what all that is. And then because I had a pack of red beets that got wet, I went in, some are bigger obviously, and then some aren't, and that's because I did two different concessions of red beets. So I have that all going. The ruby red Swiss chard is coming in, looks gorgeous. I have my horrible Brussels sprouts that are, it's now confirmed, are completely useless. It has these beetle bugs, something's been eating these. I'm gonna see, they're rotting and everything. This was just a waste of my time to even do these Brussels sprouts. This is the only one. Sorry about the noise, per usual, but look at it, dead. An animal's been eating these, and it's been having this type of beetle. Can you see that beetle? All over them. These are getting ripped out today. I just needed a confirmation that these were done. So they're gonna go. This is okra. I planted a bunch of okra. I have some in the back. I think I planted 14 total, but I definitely didn't get 14 okra plants. But can you see that? How disgusting do these Brussels sprouts look? And these beetles are all over it. Okay. On another positive note, a bunch of green onions are here. This is the, I think it's a 10 by 36. 10 by 36. And this is my backup zucchini. This is where the potatoes were. Do have a video. I don't know where it is currently, but I guess it was beginning of August, end of July. I had to pick all my potatoes because they were all flopped over, and I didn't realize it was an animal that did it, so it wasn't the best potato haul, but that's okay. But look what we got here this morning. There's some Haas Tools like striped yellow in here as well. I see zucchinis coming along, so hopefully I will get a concession of zucchini, because my other ones were flattened back there because of the animal life this year that got into the garden. I looked over these leaves the other day, but I did see that wasp looking creature twice. Second time I got it and killed it. Just want to make sure it's not laying any eggs on here that I miss, because this looks pretty healthy. So beautiful blooms. Looks like that's two yellows. This I took out of the bed and transplanted it. A couple of those leaves don't look too good on the bottom, but I'm just doing a looky over. All I see is some ants, but these two down here don't look good. It could have just been from transplanting. So this should be green. Worst case scenario, I'm going to quick find a male. If I find a female flower, then I'll self-pollinate myself. I bought this flower. I'm sorry, guys and gals, I can't remember the name of it. Let's see if we have any more going on. Looking forward to zucchini. There's yellow there. More yellow. Uh-oh, might be like a bunch of yellows. Lots of heads there. This all should not be yellow. And there's cucumbers growing in between because the rain pushed seeds around. So this is looking good. There's cucumber on the fence there. I did the whole back row. They all didn't take, but that's looking all right. But there is some of that yellowish leaf stuff going on. I don't know When I cut mine off in the summer, it pretty much killed my plant. I'm just going to leave it go. I'm just going to get these ripped out today. Right behind me, this is where the critter was getting in. My zinnias are flopping over. I have a board there now, wheelbarrow, because it was digging to get in. There's my purple coneflowers. This was white. I just bought those, and they're not even looking good. And I just bought those too, which are the Black-Eyed Susans. They don't look good now. Might have to go back to Home Depot and get my money back. Still have lots and lots of sunflowers all over the place. But I have to come out here and start seed saving like this. That's fine. Zinnias, if you leave it seed on here, it will drop for next year if you just go like that. But I also want to grab some, cut them, and put them in a brown bag, save them for next year. Cosmos, these popped up not that long ago, and these are absolutely stunning. I think I bought these at Home Depot. They were like, I think it said pink purplish, but yeah, gorgeousness. So many zinnias, and this is falling down because we had rain here finally the other night, and this is the color of the sunflower. So I want to get these seeds. So lots of seed collecting of flowers. Keep that in mind. If you want them to reseed where you have them, you can let them just do this, and they'll just fall everywhere, and you'll have them pop up everywhere next season. But I also want to seed save off the cosmos, the zinnias, sunflowers. Let me think, because this tag's been gone for some time, and I just put a bunch of these in a jar, pressure canned them, but they kind of float to the top. I don't like that look. I did a big harvest on these. I think these are the Chardonnay, I think, but I'll give you an up close. You can correct me. So I'm going to let more come in, and I'm going to freeze them. This is my Pinko de Gallo. Did pretty good. This is my Come Salsa with me. I've harvested parsley. I dehydrated cilantro. You can see how things are growing. This tomato plant gave me more tomatoes than what was coming out of my bed at the time. I plucked all the jalapenos. There's a bunch of jalapenos on there. And we have peppers still. So that deadline to get your Come Salsa with me update, you're making your salsa, whatever, is now going to be September the 10th. Sorry, y'all. I've been so busy that I almost forgot to put that out there. I planted kale in here. It was doing quite well, and something came along and chewed it all off. This is my life story, so I planted some more seeds. We'll see if this comes up. These are my favorite cherry tomatoes right here. This one's not any good. I think it just says grape on the tag. Blueberry cherry tomatoes. That's what I wrote. These are sweet, delicious, like candy. You can just sit near here. So when you get one that has a crack from like rain, set it off to the side and save the seeds. Mint, my herb barrel, doing great. I am going to be harvesting yet again. I tried to tell people. Oregano, I've gotten 4 harvests off of this, and look at it again. I'm going to scalp it. This is my curly parsley, regular parsley. Keep an eye on your parsley and your herbs this time of the year. This is August's garden tour, but I'm going to scalp this whole thing yet again to put up for the winter time. This is the sage. I grow so much sage. It's in both pots, and it's also in my kitchen herb garden, because if you know, sage could be used with chicken, and it's great at the holidays for Thanksgiving. You know, delish. My sweet potatoes are still in here. I had to move them all the way down here because all the leaves were chewed off at one point in time. So 2 buckets, and this was my showstopper, but the wind got it the other day and kind of knocked it down somewhat. So I really don't want sunflower seeds blooming in here, but these are getting so heavy. Hopefully I get a good harvest on sweet potatoes. It's in a tote. and it's in this one. And then there's all these sunflowers, which is turning into my favorite because I don't like the big heads are nice and all, but you get one big head and then it's done. Green stalk vertical planter. My 2 dwarf sunflowers are almost at the end of their life. This took a while. Everything else came up in 24 hours. I can't even make this up. I did this. I did my what am I planning for fall and posted that August the 1st. But I had all my seeds in a couple days before that. All came up within 24 hours. This vertical green stalk here is Swiss chard at the bottom. All different colors, all different types of lettuces, mescalines, of course marigolds. This is looking a little white. And I'm not sure. Looks like a dill came in here. It's starting to flower, so let's get that out right there. Cabbage, and I think I'm going to go in today with another one right here in this spot. The only thing that was taking forever is this red velvet lettuce. Okay, let's keep going because I have a lot to do today. So all different types of lettuces are in here. Let's see. So I did tell you mescalin, peppery arugula, things of that nature. These are the beans that caught the, let me put that right there. This is the bean bed that caught the Mexican bean beetle. I have seen the larva cycle. Best, I can only do so much. I've been picking it out. Like you can tell by your leaves, you would think they wouldn't be back again. But they're trying my patience. But I'm telling you, I'm going to get beans this time. I go right to a leaf that has a bunch of holes on it. Like this. And there's a bunch of little baby eggs. So let's get that off. I go right to where I see a lot of foliage. And I check. Sometimes I will just remove all 3 of the leaves and get rid of them. But yeah, this is the bed for that. So I have to come in and go through all the beans and do some picking today because look, and this bed here is behind this bed. Can't remember the name of these, but it only gave me like 6 beans in a package. Blue Lake Swan beans, I think that's what that is. But they're doing pretty good. I'm just going to take off this one dead branch that got broken from the wind. So, beans to pick. This is rainbow carrots. I didn't think this was going to work out because of the factor. When I first planted these, something was digging all in here. And I'm like, this isn't going to work. An animal got in here and dug. But look, they all came up. So this is the rainbow, organic rainbow blends, carrots, Chinese red noodle beans, and some on there to dry. And then these are my beans that are further ahead. So I have to come out here today and pick beans, which I'm so excited. I'm trying to make up for what I lost. I didn't even get like, you know, when you do that first little picking of beans, that's all that I got. Enough for like 4 quart-sized jars with potatoes, but I want a bunch of beans to make up for that because of the bug that got to this bed. I've never experienced those before. Apparently they like bush beans and eventually will kill all your beans, your bean plants. That's why when you see them on a leaf, kill them, kill them, kill them. And this has been sprayed with neem in this bed. I waited like 2 weeks after the incident to plant, and they're coming in. So hopefully, cross your fingers, I get a bunch of beans. Okay. So these are the beans that are further along. And I haven't really seen any of the bug over here, but still got to keep your eye out, especially when you see a leaf that looks like that. But let's lift up. There's beans. I'm so excited. It's going to be a lot of work picking beans, but that's okay. I'm up for the challenge because Mama over here needs beans to put up for the winter time. So some of these are down from the winds. We finally, like I said, got a decent rainstorm. So beans, beans. And then this vertical green stalk planter. The bottom's not working out. I don't know what's going on, what I planted in here. I took a picture of it, so I'll have to look in my camera. But I didn't want them both to be identically the same. So, and this is like, I think this is that Japanese, like lettuce? I don't know, folks. I have to look in my pictures. I did spinach, all different things in this one that I didn't put in the other one. But I may have to go in today and drop, this is the spicy mescaline, which is not over on the other side, but the bottom didn't germinate. Not sure what happened there, so I might go in with maybe some more spinach, but this germinated very, very quickly. I have tendered mustard greens. This marigold is now dead. Let me take this out of here. I will put a cabbage if I have a start, and put one in here, and then I'm going to put something else down at the bottom, maybe some more spinach, or maybe some more tendered mustard greens. But this, look at how beautiful that is. I made sure to do both the green stalks completely different. Okay, over here was my carrots, took a beating. All the tops were chewed off. Now I'm seeing a little bit of burning. I don't know what that's about, but these are those little nibblers that are taken forever from M.I. Gardener. But I thought I had the carrot weevil because it was eating all the tops off. But these still are not ready yet. I don't know if this just got burned very recently or what's going on here, but this is my bucket of carrots. This is where the pumpkins and the watermelon was, with lots of sunflowers. There's something starting there. That might be my other sunflower. Can't think of the name right now, but that root's going to be gorgeous. So that's all cleaned up if I want to plant something in it. This is my concession sowing of beets, which is weird because I had a lot of beet starts. I planted down there later, like earlier. These are the ones that have been here for a while. Those are the ones I planted the seeds, but a lot of the seeds disappeared. So it's very spotty. But you can see I'm going to be picking beets soon. You can see them. These are the tall top early beets. And this is the Chautauqua beets, which, if you know, is like my new favorite. They're still kind of on the smaller side, and I had a couple wet seeds. So I planted right there, but only that one came up. So yeah, I'm trying to let these get a little bit bigger, the Chautauquas. And then this is what we're looking at. Very spotty down here. I don't know what happened. Let me show you the package. This is from Furry Morse. It's Tall Top Early Wonder. That's what that side is. This is Chautauqua. Chautauqua's on that side, and you see how spotty that is. And this is the Tall Top. I don't know if I should go in with more. I really don't. I'll think about it today. Right here is the squash, which now is going nuts. It was a huge struggle this whole gardening season. I'm just letting it do its own thing. Meat squash, acorn squash, butternut squash. I still don't see the honey butternut. I think that's what you call it. But I'm just going to let this go. Here's a rotted one, or one that just didn't germinate correctly. Right there. This is dead and mushy. Disgusting. You can see that this branch here is dead. So I have to get this out without destroying the rest. This had a big zucchini plant that was right here. It was the Italian zucchini. Did nothing the entire season, but finally gave me one, and then it was like toast. So I pulled it out. I wonder which one that is. That looks good. And I got to get in here today and clip this one off that's ready. I'm just letting this do whatever. Peppers. I have to do a full sweet pepper harvest. I'm having a little blossom end rot with some of my peppers. I have a video that you'll see on me picking hot peppers. And that's coming from inconsistent watering. And look, I can't get up my rows. I can't get up there. I keep pulling them up, and there's so many peppers, so stay tuned for a very big harvest. I do need to treat both these beds with, I have to go back and watch my own video, with this, and I forget what else goes in it. There's some that I picked off They've been sitting here for about 3 weeks. Had a little blossom end right on the bottom. Now they're rotting, but I want the seeds. So lots and lots of peppers going on. It's just starting to get hot. That's why I want to get this video done. So I do have a video where I'm picking just hot peppers to put up. Here's one right here. Blossom end rot. Blossom end rot. It's not on all the plants. It's on a couple of the plants. So this is why I end up with peppers. Because I go like that. All hot. Half sweet. The other whole bed is all sweet. This is what's left of the eggplants. I'm letting them do their thing. I have some orange peppers to pick. And this is the whole sweet bed. And then this is the eggplants. This is where tomatoes were. I have to get that up. But I have to sit here and I have to thin it out. These are, and you're going to see some that are tomatoes. Because tomatoes were in here. This is the purple top globe turnips. Very spotty germination right there. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to water this first. Then I'm going to start thinning them. And I'm going to try to transplant a couple of these babies over to there. Look at us, tomato starts underneath the marigolds. So needless to say, I have to separate all these and pick out any tomatoes. So I did get that done. I have more zucchini plants back there. They should have been ripped out. The animals flattened them, long story short. I did get some off of them, not much. But then one started producing after I gave it a lot of water from the heat here. Show you some gorgeous eggplants. I'm still getting eggplants out my ears. I'm leaving this for the pollinators. But I have to duck to get in here. Cucumbers that I planted there. Because my other cucumbers I had there just didn't do well. And I think it's because the sunflowers are shading them out. But as you can see, there's yellow squash there. So I'm letting this one go. I know this has the squash hornworm in some of these plants, all of them actually, and the squash bugs. At this point in time, I don't care. If it produces, it's staying. If it doesn't produce, I'll rip it out. I'll get there. But it's getting harder to get through without messing up the actual plants. And then this is where I've been harvesting all that kale from. Curly kale is all gone, and the Laciato kale is here. So as long as something steps no one at it, we should get some more kale right there. Like this one's producing some blooms. So I'm leaving that one. There's a baby eggplant, zucchini down there. This is finished. I don't care if it has 2 green leaves left in it. But that's done. You can see there's nothing on that one either. Sunflowers now from the rain falling all over. But look at how gorgeous it is. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me sit you right here 1 second. I'm going to raise you up just a tad, my friends. Hold on. And the reason why is because I wanted to get a picture of this color. Gorgeous. And I have to try to fasten it up somehow or I can't get through the jungle. Looks like a jungle. Lots to do still. So this, it's coming back and hitting me, this sunflower plant. You try to tuck it just so I could get by. I'm gonna have to prune off of this, but this is from the water. It's like shock probably because it's not used to the rain. But there's the purple top globe turnips. There's a little tag that I had left. I used 2 different types. You can see that. Okay, so I definitely have to thin these out. If it's peppers. And then zinnias galore, sunflowers galore. So sad about this. My milkweed, it died. And then the tomato bed that was getting attacked and eaten by all the animals. There's green on there. I'm over the tomatoes already, but I will go in and pick. This one here doesn't look too bad, even though I'm pretty sure it has the same thing. I'm just looking to see if there's a green zucchini. And you can see that moth flying around. There's one back there, so I just might leave this one. But I'll get like other ones that are just not doing anything like this and pull it out. And then I have a little one there. but I'm so like enclosed in sunflowers. You have to like crawl to get back here. Oh, and my back has been killing me. So these are the last of the tomatoes. I'm gonna get ready to pick these out soon. And mint, okra. Oh, I finally caught it. What a beautiful flower. I love okra flowers. Let me see if I can hold this a certain way. We'll raise you up a little bit. Sorry for all the bouncing around, my friends. But I want to get this done before the heat kicks in here today. Let me see here if I can get this. It would be better if it didn't have my hand in it, but... So okra, I planted 14 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 came up. This got smashed by the animal as well. I'm going to lower you down some. All these bunch of onions turned into onions. That's what I've been using over the seasons. That was a good little experiment that I tried. It turned out great. I'm going to end up pulling them out. Those back there are hanging beans. But I wanted to see, you know, it's that rule of thumb. If your soil's any good, the beans will grow. They look a little yellow. They've been in for a bit. It's just starting to flower. So we'll see. I'll come back here and we'll do some weeding. Sorry about that. That's a speedboat. I do live. This is my garden. This is the view I see. I do live off the river. So, and it's Labor Day weekend. So I have some tomatoes to pick. Genevieve's basil. This tomato plant keeps interfering with my basil, but there should still be enough because my last batch, gonna keep it real, I made pesto. I only made enough for like that week to eat. It's probably dumb. I should have put more up, but that's what I'm going to use the rest of this for, which brings us over. This is where the watermelon was, and that fencing's down there that has to be fixed, and that was that. This was my experiment on the corn, and wasn't terrible. It did sort of work for 2 years, but I'm going to save this for fall decorating, so not everything's a washout. So did I just cover everything? This is, look at how tall these tomato plants are. So there are tomatoes still growing. I'll keep picking them, but this is going to get ripped out soon. I don't want to lose the basil this time. So last year I didn't get to it in time because I had so much going on in my garden and it was so prolific that I lost this barrel last year of garlic. I'm saving seeds, but I'm going to harvest all this, turn it into pesto, and I'm going to freeze some. I'm going to show you how I'm going to be preserving herbs besides dehydrating. But these beets look amazing. So that's just a quickie of this part of the garden. This is going to need some water. This is my other herb barrel that I did for my chickens. I had to wait for them to get a little bit older to have all those, but they're going to be 15 weeks, those little buggers. And, you know, got a seed save, most definitely. But got to get out here. Look at this. We have beans, we have beans, we have beans, and I'm going to get every bean. Just trying to wait for some of them to get a little bit bigger. But I'm going to pick all the beans and I'm going to can them all in quart-sized jars. That's my game plan. And I'm going to put something else down there at the bottom on this green stalk and a cabbage right there. So this is what the garden's looking like. Labor Day weekend. Just thought I would give you a quickie garden tour. The peppers are insane. Lots of seed saving to do. This is the Chinese red noodle beans. And yeah. But this, I can't get through now. Even though my friend tied it up on a thing, I would have to crawl under. But this is the barrel, the tote that I'm using. I think I only put 3 slips in there. But I do have a video. All my videos are going to be so behind, but something ate all the leaves off. So it's just been a very trying garden season between the heat here and the animals getting in, catching 3 animals in a cage. One of Jimmy's friends thinking it's a deer coming in, chewing things off. Who knows? But anyway, what can you do? Make the best out of it. That's all you can do. I'm focusing on fencing, things like that, spots. I only saw one spot where I thought I saw the animals getting in it. And I have a leftover board from the chicken coop build over that area. So yeah, I don't know, hopefully I get enough. I just moved these back some away from that so all the seeds don't fall in here. So a tote full of sweet potatoes. These poor babies all were chewed. So I don't know, hopefully I get a decent harvest. I'm not going to pick these till sometime in October. Yeah, October. And then I have that big bucket down there full. And there's lots of other things that are growing up on the patio. There's the chickens, and I have my kitchen herb garden that I cleaned up. So I will bring you back, I guess, for some preserving videos. That's where we're going to be at. And when I go to harvest these bad boys, whew, get ready for a big pepper harvest, that's for sure. Squash and beets, things like that. Hopefully those zucchinis do well. And lots of seed saving. So I hope you all have a blessed Labor Day weekend. And summer is, well, I guess you can consider it being over after this weekend, but yeah, I hope that you're preserving. I hope your garden was bountiful. Part of me is sad that the summer's over because I didn't really get to enjoy myself. I just killed myself here per usual, but it is what it is. Get a little bit of a break, move on to other things. So I do have plenty of things growing for fall. I'm pretty sure I stated that in the beginning of this video, between the green stalk planters, and I'm trying to get through, and everything that's going on in this in-ground, which is purple kohlrabi, different cabbages, more beets, and I did do the cucumbers and those zucchinis to get something, you know. But yeah, I think I'm going to go and put some more cabbage seeds in my green stalk vertical planter. I can think of 3 spots currently right now. But yeah, not too shabby. I wanted to do this before. I mean, it's hot. But I wanted to do this before it got too hot and it shuts my phone off. So I love you all. I'm Melody. This is Bagel Egg and Let's Dig It. I hope you have a blessed Labor Day weekend. Stay safe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.